Well, hello, Park Road. Welcome to another episode of Always Reforming. This is your opportunity to hear news and updates on the life of Park Road. Today, I just want to take a few brief moments to revisit the Park Road budget. You may remember that a couple of weeks ago, we released the first quarter update for Park Road's financial health. In response to that update, I got some great questions requesting some more clarity on the Park Road budget. Now, would love to briefly break down with you some of the sources of income and expenses in the budget. So each year, the Park Road budget is roughly $1 million, or just a little bit over, specifically $1,049,000. Now, of that $1 million, $819,000 is explicitly income, and of that $819,000, $485,000 is due to financial giving, so the financial partnership of the people of Park Road. So friends, thankful for your commitment to Park Road financially. And then $327,000 comes from rental income from our tenant at SSM. So again, we are thankful for and dependent on our tenant to help us pay our mortgage. And so be aware of just how much we rely on and are thankful for our tenant and aspire to be a good landlord. Okay, so $1 million, $819,000 is income, $485,000 from members, $327,000 from rental income. We then rely on our endowment for another $230,000 a year, and I'll explain where that money goes when we come to our expenses. So, total income and endowment is $1,049,000. How do we spend our money at Park Road? Well, think of it this way. For every dollar that Park Road spends, it breaks down in the following categories. $331,000 goes to staffing costs. So this is full-time, part-time staff, myself, Liesel, Olivia, Liz, as well as some of our part-time contract work, Darlene, our janitorial and maintenance facility staff, Andy Rowland, our property manager, and Rob Bates, who's our CPA and our bookkeeper. So all of those staffing costs account for $331,000. If you're talking about dollars, for every dollar that Park Road spends, 32 cents goes towards staffing. Now, be aware that the national average among churches surveyed, the average church spends 49% of its budget on staffing and salary. In one survey, half of churches surveyed spent between 40 and 60% of their budget on staffing. So testament, friends, to the engagement of you, the people of Park Road, who are so willing to serve to help keep our staffing costs down. So thankful for your commitment. Now, part of the reason that our staffing costs are a little bit lower is because we do have some higher property costs. So we spend each year $229,000 on property. That includes our mortgage as well as some property maintenance and upkeep. Again, for every dollar Park Road spends, that's 22 cents spent on property. Another $308,000 is debt service, so that's paying down some of the construction costs, the HVAC, and other related costs. For every dollar Park Road spends, we're spending 29 cents on debt service. We spend $15,000 a year in payment to ECO. Those are our denominational fees. That's about 2 cents of our budget. And we're thankful to ECO, and we offer that gift to them joyfully as part of being of ECO. We spend $11,000 on worship, or 1 cent, and that's for all of the musical supplies that we need to help make Sunday mornings happen. We spend $110,000 a year on missions. So for every dollar that Park Road spends, 11 cents goes right back out the door to missions. Now, many churches don't put missions in their regular budget, and they will take a special missions offering once a year, and that's a one way of budgeting for missions. I am so thankful that Park Road has always had a strong and healthy heritage of giving towards missions. So when you give to Park Road, when you use that Worship Through Giving button on the website, that goes into the fund, and then for every dollar that Park Road spends, we're spending 11 cents on missions. We spend $23,000 a year on learning. And so all of our efforts for discipleship, all of the curriculum, all of the material goes towards learning. That's 2 cents that we spend. And then scholarship money, $19,000. So high school seniors and above, when you apply for scholarship money, we're spending for every dollar, 2 cents back out for scholarships. So we do rely on the endowment for some of our staffing costs, some of our debt costs, some of the scholarship costs, some of the property costs. But that's just a short snapshot of the Park Road budget. Friends, thank you for your partnership and your commitment to make the mission and ministry of Park Road happen. Again, the financial report for the first quarter was healthy, and what we saw in April continues that trend of health financially for Park Road. And so we will release the second quarter update at the end of June, beginning of July, to share with you the second quarter, but we anticipate continued health and positivity in Park Road status financially. Friends, as always, any questions, please let me know. If I can't answer your questions, I'll put you in touch with our treasurer or our finance committee, but eager to help you understand how Park Road stewards these resources for the good of God's kingdom and for His glory. My friends, I love you, I am praying for you, and I am, as always, eager to worship with you this Sunday.